Yeah, I'd like to make a check as well. I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for moss.
Moss.
I'm looking for moss.
Um, any particular kind of moss or
Nothing special, just moss.
just moss? Okay. Then you give me a survival check as well.
Okie dokie.
Merry Christmas.
Ooh.
I got a 17.
You find a few different trees near the bank that have a decent amount of moss growing on the north facing side of the trunk.
I'll take some of the moss and I'll split it into 2 bunches and I'll roll it gently in my fingers. And I'll look at Vinny and I'm like, "You can play now!" And I put it in my ears.
Round, round, get around. I get around. Yeah.
Alright. We turn into the adventuring party. Deep inside the mountain. Underground in the Underdark. Having defeated all 4 different elemental challenges leading to this tomb, the party has begun looting it and arrived at the base of at the summit of where looks to lie the person this tomb is built for. Yeah, so y'all got to the second level here and rifled through a bunch of the books. Some of them are written in languages none of you understand. Others describe just different basic elemental knowledge. There's different works on the multiple planes that the elementals reside in. Vinny, I believe, has pocketed most of those books.
He's primarily interested in the ones, just for space sake, the ones that no one understands the language to, because he can read them later.
Okay. Above that is a platform that crackles with arcane energy. And there's a stone crypt that is there. On top of it is a small brass bowl, which looks to be filled with water. There is a small pile of stones, and what looks to be a small pile of ashes. The crackling lightning, for visual sake, is it's not leaping out like or anything. It's not harmful. How you feel you could move around the room without getting zapped.
So you said a bowl of water,
Brass bowl of water.
of rocks,
Yep.
and of ashes.
Yes. And the room itself, or this little chamber, is cooler than the rest of the room.
Do I get the sense that there's something to these bowls? There's some significance to them?
You could roll me either Arcana or Religion.
They're the same. I'll do religion. It was a 3, but I still got my thing turned on. So it's a 3, but let me turn off my add-on real quick.
Okay.
Alright, yep.
With all of your senses and everything else in that roll, they look like they were purposely put there.
These bowls, the water seems pretty self-explanatory. The rocks are rocks, but the ashes, it's missing the fire.
Vinny hears this and calls down from below. What about the air? Aren't there supposed to be 4 elementals? Elements?
Yes, we took care of the elementals, so I don't know what is left.
No, I meant the bowls that he just talked about.
Ah,
You know, the earth, the water, the fire, the air.
Is there anything in those books?
In what books? Sorry.
The books that we gathered. There were books.
I don't know how to.
Well,
answer
he
that.
described the books. They're just mundane books about elementals in the plains. Are you looking for something to help with this puzzle?
Yeah.
Are any of the books that indicate a hint of what we're facing up here?
Roll me an Arcana check, I guess, as you study the books. This is gonna probably take a good hour to get through.
Yeah,
through
13.
this. Unfortunately, you're not able to find anything that resembles this.
While he was doing that, I wanted to ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So, all three bowls and the alcove that the crypt is in glow.
I refer this back to the party.
Those things are magical.
They seem to have some sort of magical essence about them that I'm not sure what they are.
I can start by putting fire in the ashes bowl, see what happens.
By all means, Vinny, do you want to do the honors?
Let's see. I actually don't have anything to start a fire with. I don't even have prestidigitation prepared. I have an oil lamp, but I don't have any like
Oh,
flint and tinder.
Oh, no worries. I can start a fire, and in my hand I'll produce flame.
There it is.
Okay.
And it's
Holding
in
the
my
flame. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
it's in my hand, and I know that I can send it and attack with it, but I'm wondering if I can just like gently place it in the bowl. So take it in my hand, just put it in the.
Okay. So the flame kind of just rolls off of your hand and into the bowl. It kind of hovers about there, begins to burn brightly. The wind begins to whip around you in the room here, and the top of the coffin slides open.
Good. Okay.
It dies down. The fire dies.
That was so cool. The thing actually slid open. That was neat.
That is cool.
And another wind elemental appears.
A T-Rex comes out.
Fuck.
It's actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
So, as it slides open, you see a figure long since expired, quite well decayed inside of it. His vestments are extraordinarily fine beadwork. It almost looks like flowing water. His hands are crossed across his chest. His eyes are closed. Tyee, you would see a small glint of metal on one of the fingers.
Okay.
Is he waking up? Vinny calls from downstairs.
He seems to be very dead.
Let's hope he stays that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
With my detect magic up, do I get any sort of aura from him?
His entire body radiates very slight traces, but the ring is emitting quite powerful
So-
beacon.
Okay, so there's a ring on his hand that's emitting the beacon. Is it his clothes or his body, like including his physical form that's magical?
It's more flavor, not mechanical. It's just you get the sense that this was a very powerfully, magically attuned person in their life. But the ring itself is definitely magical.
This seems.
Nice.
Can I do a ritual cast identify item without actually picking up the item?
What is the range on that? Does it say?
Well, I mean, I would have to be physically, over it, but I'm just not removing it from the body. I would dare say I've got to be.
You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell.
Which you can touch without removing it.
Yes.
That is the plan.
You have to make contact with it.
I turn to Tyee and I say, just give me a few minutes. I see if this is something of importance. Just be careful. We don't know if he's going to come to life. And without disturbing the body, I want to be able to just hold the ring or just lay my fingers on the ring and identify item.
Okay. So
As you touch the ring,
as he says this, is everybody where they're at?
Oh, yeah.
Karl would definitely be at the bottom of the stairs, not very interested
probably
in what's
actually,
going on
like,
up
right
there.
here.
Okay. So Seraphic says, give him just a moment as he begins to reach into the crypt. Give me a sleight of hand check, please.
Man, my machine's lagging, but that was a nat 20.
Natural 20.
A 25.
You gingerly, Heather, just ever so slightly touch the ring as you begin your cast. Your ritual casting this, correct?
That is correct. 10 minutes.
So as you search through the universe for answers, 10 minutes go by, and you have identified this as being a ring of water elemental command.
I relay that back to the party.
It's a legendary item.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I gotta poop.
This is about that normal time.
Fair.
At least he warned us unlike last week.
That wasn't him.
I know it wasn't him.
Who's pooping a long time last week?
Seraphic's,
Flatulence.
acoustics.
Oh, that's right.
It actually glitched the interface when it happened. I noticed.
Wow.
I definitely sent the video to my wife, and I'm like, just watch the first 30 seconds of this.
Yes. Oh, good.
Forever immortalized on YouTube.
Just out there.
Yeah,
Let us
Karl
know
is
who your
Good.
let us know who your future employers are, so we can just, help them out.
Self-employed, work from home. I'm good. Actually, the only person you would have to report that to is my wife, and I already told her all about it. She cracked up laughing.
You mean she didn't hear the windows shake on the day of the deed?
She had headphones on. She was watching TV.
On the day of the deed. And I said earlier, I thought someone was scooting their chair on the floor. That's what it sounded like to me.
To some people's ears, it was unmistakable. Especially Tyee. Tyee was like, yep, I know what the fuck that was.
And it was hilarious because we're all 12 and heard.
Parts are funny. Did anybody else want any of those potions of healing that I'm dividing up in chat?
I'll take one.
All right, just a regular.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just straight up potion of healing.
Yeah.
A do.
While we wait, you doing anything with that information now that you have it?
The power seems quite good, almost too good to pass up. I think that this is something I would like to get my hands on, but this seems dubious at best.
Why?
Actually, Ty, could I suggest that maybe we take a moment down the stairs and I use the mage hand to see if I can recover the artifact?
Sure. Yeah.
Vinny's also going to look for any water-based books, like planes of water, water elementals. So if anyone does get the ring, they can use that as a kind of a guide if it's of any help.
Now, I assume Vesmir will need a visual, so he's just staying at the very top of the stairs, and he's going to, with his mage hand, he's just going to remove the ring.
Vinny, for inventory sake, let's say that there's a pack of 5 elemental books that'll have all the information you need.
Okay.
Going forward, and let's say that I don't know how much is a book weigh. Let's say like 5 pounds for the pack.
Okay.
All right, and then you are mage handing this ring off of the corpse.
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check, please.
I mean, I gotta restart my browser. My dice is rolling like 3 frames a second. 21.
With minimal destruction, you recover the ring.
Cool. And you said this was a ring of...
Ring of Water Elemental Command.
Ooh.
And Vinny holds up the book pack. I got information on it. Whoever is interested. Maybe not the ring, but whatever water elementals do. You know, volleyball, sunbathe, whatever. I don't know.
I was going to post it in chat what it does, because it's yellow in the inventory list, which means it's like, it's legendary.
Indeed it is.
No, you guys are legendary.
Oh, stop it.
Maybe legendary, but not any interest to Karl. We'll need a ring of water kerfuffle.
Oh, now, Karl. No need to be threatened by the magic.
This is a pretty epic fight.
Yeah.
Okay, now that the tension seems to have died, Vesmir just wants to take a moment just to explore the rest of this area, see if there's anything else to be concerned with. Like, anything of interest, sorry.
You see a symbol that I don't have a picture of at the moment. Marked on the tomb itself, on the lid, as well as on the walls. It looks to be 4 rings that are interlocked by a larger ring. I think goes with the general motif of the area.
Are we Thanos?
You can try. Other than that, you don't see anything else other than what I've described.
Okay.
Can I, Vesmir just wants to take out some parchment and, being the good calligrapher that he is, he just wants to make a copy of this symbol and the information contained here.
You spend some time and make a very convincing replica. Tyee, are you getting bored?
I'm not bored. I'm playing. I'm having fun.
It's Quidditch time.
I'm a little antsy because I know my wife is bringing me ice cream. So I'm like, let's go. So let's get that ice cream home.
I already had my chocolate pudding, so
There you go.
I
Nice.
feel you, buddy. So we've seemed to have taken or grabbed everything imaginable. Does anybody want to help assist? Just doing one final perception check to see if there's anything in this room.
Well, I'm physically present, so.
Yeah, the radar says no.
That's all you have me to forget.
Nothing in the coffin, anything like that.
Vesmir taps his cane twice on the floor, and fucking Tyee is just like Daredevil powers activate.
One ping only.
Callie, if it makes you feel any better, the game I'm DMing, someone also has a wisdom-based character they have now taken the observant feat on. I'm just like, cute, man.
It is what it is.
It didn't
It is
help
what
us.
it is.
It didn't help us on that that little puzzle, but we figured that out anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
That was a pretty easy one.
Hey, hey, hey. Stop it.
Sorry.
Actually, Callie, I'm not sure if I'd still have detect magic up, but we'll say that we do. Just any of the other items that we picked up have any sort of magical essence, like the brass mug, the gold bird cage, the gold set ring, tapestry.
Those are all just art objects.
Sorry about that. Fucking Whataburger.
No worries, buddy.
The potions, and the scrolls are the only thing that come back.
Cool. Even the silk robes, nothing to be.
Nope. I mean, it's really nice silk with gold embroidery.
Fair. Well then, I mean, we have the 1,000 gold, the 100 platinum pieces, including the, was it 350 that we found earlier? Josselyn, this must be as much as you could have hoped for, is it not?
Her pockets are like stuffed full of coinage she's carrying, the bird cage. Like, she's like, is it always like this?
No.
Usually, but normally by now we've murdered you and taken your share.
She kind of nervously looks around and gives a laugh.
Vesmir nods and points to Tyee in agreement, just like, yep.
No, come on, let's go.
Well, I certainly don't got room for any of this stuff. My pack's pretty heavy as it is.
I have plenty of space. I can carry quite a lot of this. It should not be a problem at all.
I can carry a little bit.
It is no problem.
refresh my memory. The 350 gold, was that 350 a piece, or that was 350 total?
Total platinum.
Oh, 350 total platinum, right?
Is that in addition to? No, that's the platinum like I have on my person right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Vesmir's got space, so he'll carry the 1,000 gold and the 100 platinum pieces.
Wow.
Yeah, that was from this.
You're really strong.
Got a strength of 12, and I'm at half carry capacity right.
Vinny, the little goblin, is a strength of 8, so he doesn't have a lot.
Yeah. I lucked out when I rolled stat.
Well, is that it? Is that as far as we needed to go? No other way out, past this?
It doesn't seem like there's anything else to notice here. I think we've cleared it out.
There's no, like, wall in the back with symbols that give us, like, Dragonborn shouts.
Is there an easy way to get to the entrance of this thing?
Quick
Just
travel.
say you're going to the entrance of this thing.
I'm gonna go to the entrance of this thing.
All right.
After we gather what we want from this.
Yeah.
We're in theater of the mind then.
Well, there was still the mine shaft that was caved in that they were trying to uncover. That could be another point of interest if we saw desire.
We opened that. I thought. We opened that to get down here.
No,
Or
we
blew it up.
we went through doors to get down to here.
Before that, we blew a hole open that was caved in the fortress.
Oh, so that was to get to here. Right. Yep. I'm just. Yep. Yep. You are correct.
Was there somewhere else to go other than this area down here, Califax? I guess we just go to the entrance and find the fuck out. Yeah.
Y'all saw lots of twists and turns off the path that you came to get here, but you followed the Durgar's instructions to arrive at this location.
Yeah, we promised not to disturb their temple or whatnot, and just to go here and come back out.
That is correct.
That's true. We should probably hold them. We should probably hold to that.
It has earned us this much things that is all we can be happy for.
Josselyn, you excited to return home with your new riches?
Home? I can go anywhere I want.
We promised to bring you back, didn't we? Looking around.
Did where she goes from there?
Yeah, let's at least return. You can check in that we made a promise to keep you alive, and then from there, you can do what you want.
Well, I thought we were going to go on more adventures.
Well-
No, that was never the deal. You said that you need help with the map, and we have fulfilled our ends of the deal. I don't see any need for us to take us further, and I don't think that there is any bargaining power on your side. So I think this conversation is null and void.
He looks utterly just devastated.
Oh.
But I mean, you get to keep the birdcage and your share of the coin. For I mean, we kept you alive, so I think that's worth more than you can carry.
She nods. Yeah. It's fine. Y'all did do a good job. Trying to collect herself.
Oh.
It's a small world. We may run into each other again.
It's not the end. I mean, you've got a lot of skills, and you can practice and get out there, and we may meet again.
I see no reason why she cannot come with us.
We got to go back to that town anyway,
really-
don't we?
That was really useful during those fights. I was shooting the crossbow and...
Well, the reality is, you weren't in the way, which was good, and you are a good participant in this exercise, I think. We do have to go back to town because that's where we do things with the gold. So that has to happen. At least some town. I don't really care
It
if you go
doesn't-
back to your
it
hometown.
doesn't
You
have
don't
to
seem to
be-
want to go back.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, but we made a promise. We made a promise to you, but we made a promise to your caregiver, at least, to return you in one piece. And then we can make discussions after that, if you want.
I
Fine.
don't think you owe your caregivers anything.
Well, all right. If you, I just don't want to risk her sending people out after us, wondering what Josselyn is.
I don't think that was a place of very high means. I don't know if that's a way.
Nobody's gonna miss me there. I was always underfoot.
We're not saying stay there. We're just, well, just a pit stop. It's up to you guys. I'm just following along.
Well, I tell you what, we have time to make a decision on the way back, but I don't otherwise think that we have anywhere else to be. I mean, we could always go to, is it Oakhurst?
Yes, we want to go to a place with some means. We don't need to go back to where we came from. There is nothing back there. We must. First of all, we must find this Baron. We must find this Lord. And we also need to be in a city where we can use these resources that we have.
I strongly agree.
The last time we knew about the Baron, he was in Oakhurst, wasn't he?
Yes,
Supposedly that was true.
must get the to Baron Alphon.
Yeah, but the only one who was communicating was that Maya guy, and we'd have to go back to see if he heard word back.
Also, there was the three that was rescued, Frederick, brother William, and sister Bethany, that we saved along the way. They have set their way to set up a shop in Oakhurst, and something that we should follow up on as well, maybe. They have items of interest too. I'm just having a look at my notes. I've got something about Captain Harrowleaf of Loudwater, the hobgoblins pushed out of the High Forest. Does that ring any bells to anybody?
That is way down on the other side of the Sword Coast.
Right. This is nothing to worry about.
So we can't theater of the mind down there?
Not that far.
Alright.
The mind has its limits.
Yes, it does.
For some of you, mere mortals.
Well, should we start making our way out, or what do we want to do?
Actually, there's nothing here for us. We might as well make our way out of the cave, at least.
This,
Back to civilization.
yes, I would agree with this one.
Do you navigate back the way that you came?
Yes,
Exactly. The way.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just out of respect for the Durgers, so we don't stir up trouble with them.
Before we do set foot, I'm just looking over all the stuff. There was a large, well-made tapestry depicting the 4 basic elements. How big of a tapestry are we talking?
Probably like a 6x9.
So it's definitely not something I could just put in the back pocket and head out.
It's a tapestry.
You could roll it up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you didn't detect magic on it, it's probably not one of them flying carpet things.
Yes, that would seem to be the. I've written down silver necklace, gemstone pendant times 2. Was that a silver necklace with a gemstone pendant, and there was 2 of them, or it's got 2 gemstones?
There are 2 of them.
Cool. Thank you.
Same with 2 gold rings with bloodstones.
I got that.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, then I think, yes, we make our way to exactly the way we came. And
I'll
respect-
actually grab the brass mug, just unless someone else already has. Just because. Oh, you got it?
I've written it down, but I'll hand it off to you later.
Well, for encumbrance reasons, I wanted to make sure. But that's fine.
I got plenty of space.
Okay. I just want to make sure we weren't leaving some of this behind.
No, I'm pretty much putting each individual item that hasn't been divided into my inventory.
Well, you're the treasurer, so let's head out.
I am now, so this is good.
All right, so by following the Durga path and not straying from it, you
Durga.
avoid any further skill checks and arrive at the Bandit Cave, which is Sea Bandit Cave.
See Bandit Cave, run. Run, Bandit Cave, run.
Yes, I was. See Bandit Cave where?
There, Bandit Cave. Oh, come on. There we go. I see Talgar, Josselyn, and Josselyn.
Everybody's Josselyn.
Everyone is Josselyn.
It's all the rage. So you emerge back into the Bandit Cave. It is eerily quiet. The coals in the furnace have died way low.
No signs
yeah.
of anyone returning? Or having him returned?
Perception.
Sure.
Perception. Yeah. Dirty 20.
Does not look like it.
Gonna move my booty to the front door.
Shall follow along.
So I'm
Oh.
fine with the front door, yeah.
This way.
I will take a stop at the kitchen to nom, so I'm not wasting any rations.
Okay.
Just to grab something to eat on the way out.
Find a hunk of ham and some crusty bread, some cheese.
Then to the door we go. I guess we're heading out.
Okay, so we're leaving the Bandit Cave?
Well, are these Zerger here?
No, they're not. They're
Okay.
Yeah,
What
I
about
didn't.
What are all the humans that were here?
they all left.
All right, cool. Everybody's gone. There's nobody here.
Everybody's gone.
I see no reason to stay.
We don't want the bear rug from that other room? It looks cozy. Okay, let's go.
The gates.
In that case, we can go to Sea River.
Where do you see the river?
I see the river, you see the river, we all see the river.
Hope the ship is still there.
See the
Speaking of,
river.
weren't you supposed to get ice cream?
One of
Right.
us could just. Yeah, it's on its way. There's a long line. Fucking Dairy Queen, man.
So, the party emerges from the mountain. It is early in the morning. You're able, knowing now that the game path that leads down, you don't see any other traffic or opposition. You make very quick time coming down the mountain. You arrive back at the riverbank in late afternoon. Your boat secure in exactly where you left it.
Ooh.
Now, that is the luckiest thing I've seen in days. That thing must be an awful boat because nobody has taken it. No offense, Josselyn, but usually people would steal that.
Talgar just takes a deep breath of the fresh air after being in the cave for so long.
Shall we sail up the river?
It'll
to
be dark.
town.
It'll be dark in a couple hours.
You said it was morning.
When y'all emerged from the cave, came down through the game path, down the mountain path and stuff. That took you like a day to get up before.
Oh.
We fast forwarded to the river.
Right. Theater of the mind, people.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
That was so long.
What I'm wanting to know is, are you guys going to make camp here, and where are you setting off to head to in the morning?
Well, does anybody have any bearings on which is closer, the town we came from or the Oakhurst?
Closer is one thing. Is we need to be in a city with means. The place we came from is too small. They won't have the stores and the shops and the things and the access, the people. There aren't the things we need there.
Could make her Oakhurst, but then we wouldn't really return Josselyn to where we got her.
Well, Josselyn, you're pretty much a free agent with plenty to spend, are you not? So that depends on you. Do you want to go back to Loudwater, or do you want to head on a new adventure to somewhere like Oakhurst? We can't promise that you can carry on with us from there, but we will at least make sure you arrive safely.
Josselyn, you have to come with us. Otherwise, who will we eat when we start starving?
Not me. Not me.
She laughs, getting your sense of humor, and she says, "Well, I'd rather at least see maybe Oakhurst or one of the other cities before having to go back, if I must. Blastingdale is just such a boring town. Nothing ever happens there."
Thank you for the subtle reminder of what that town's name was.
Yeah. from
You said lava. I'm like, yeah, right. That's the right.
Oh, that's
the town.
totally it.
Loudwater is where y'all came through the Grey Peak Mountains.
Oh.
That's way down at Southwood.
Right. Cool.
Sounds like it's Oakhurst.
I do not have a good bearing on this continent. Does anybody know which way to Oakhurst from here?
That's what I was going. Being the resident ranger, of course, trying to discern if I know the way to Oakhurst.
Roll me a survival check.
That's what I was waiting on.
Are you in your favorite terrain?
I'm taking optional rules. I don't have favorite terrain.
Ooh, 2020.
Thing. Oh man, I like. You mean?
Are you a rogue now?
I might have taken a rogue level, yes.
I can see your character sheet. Don't be coy, you boob.
I mean, I one level of rogue and 5 of ranger.
All right.
What did I take instead of favorite terrain? I don't remember. Oh, it was like deft explorer. I think was the optional rule you could take instead of. Any rate, on a survival check. That's going to be a 28. I rolled a 16 with a +9.
You're confident that you probably need to head downriver for another day or so, and then head south. And as you cross the foothills, you should be able to link up with the main road. And from there, Oakhurst is a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, 26. Not. Yeah, I think I said 26.
Yeah, you're bad at math. Good job.
Oh, I've got a good idea. We got to go down the river, make some turns, but we'll get there. It's a lot longer than a couple-hour journey. We might want to take a breather here and head off first thing in the morning.
Well, Karl, you've proven useful and haven't steered us wrong yet. So, I mean, we only have our confidence to guide us with those directions. I say we set up camp here. And is there anywhere particularly in the trees, maybe, that you could recommend?
Hostile end. yeah, and against the mountain. I imagine there's a mountain behind us there.
Yeah.
Nearby.
What are you asking? I'm sorry.
To find a place to camp
Oh,
safely.
Roll me a survival check.
That's going to be a dirty 20.
You find a nice little protective outcropping. They would provide shelter for the group and give, sight to the opposing area. It's an easily defendable position if need be.
Okay, everybody, get your stuff. Come together. Come to me. I want to try something. Okay?
Josselyn looks very cautious at this suggestion.
What is this that you want to do? And Vesmir moves in begrudgingly.
I just want to play a song. And it's been a long day. Just a little song. Give me a chance. Let me finish it. See what happens. Okay?
Very well.
All right. So everyone gathered. All their supplies gathered. He pulls out his instrument and he starts playing. He's like, round, round, get around. I get around. Yeah, get around. Get around. I get around. And for the next 10 minutes, nothing but getting around. Does everyone stay put or does anyone wander off?
Vesmir looks very disinterested.
Josselyn stays put out of curiosity.
Anyone else stay put or
got distracted by a
Talgar's
bird.
riding this out.
all right?
He's amused and picking his teeth with one of his arrows, kind of grinning.
Once he's done, this massive dome appears around everyone. It's about 10 feet high, 20 feet across, and it just kind of encircles the group. It's like, hey, it worked. This is a dome that should keep us safe. Only anyone who's inside the dome can pass in and out. No one else can sneak in on us. No one can cast spells on us. We could stay here for the night, and we shouldn't be bothered.
No one
Very
can
nice.
cast spells, you say?
He cast a tiny hut.
This is very interesting. And Vesmir takes about 20 feet step outwards and then shoots a ray of frost at the Lehman's tiny hut.
Yeah, it just hits the edge, but doesn't go any further.
This is
trick.
this is quite impressive. I am very surprised. This is very well done.
If I remember reading correctly, you gotta have yourselves inside in order to pass through. Anybody who's stuck outside when it forms can't get in. I still have to figure out how to get around that, but for now, as long as you're patient with my song, we should be safe for the night.
Well, I mean, it seems like a small price to pay.
Fair trade.
So now we have the dome that we can use whenever we want to camp, as long as I have the spell slot for it.
Can people hear you from the outside of the dome? And can you hear noises from the surrounding in the dome?
Dome of Silence.
Yeah, it just says spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome. I'm sure sounds can be heard. The dome can be opaque, so people can't look in, but there's nothing in it about blocking out sounds, so...
Okay. Cool. Well, the party's feeling quite secure.
I love that he clarified that. It's like, okay.
Wake up the next morning with a bunch of people just waiting outside the dome.
Well, DM theory is that because you can make it opaque, essentially you can camouflage it into the surrounding area. Like there's nothing that says that you can't decide that what sort of color and stuff it is. So I don't know.
I was specifically asking because as the party drifts off to go to sleep, you hear troll noises in the forest across the river. Just lots of roaring, and one just sounds off. The best way you would describe it is it sounds sick.
Aww.
But other than that, the night passes uneventful. make you a magical dome of protection.
And honestly, it's up to you if you want. Yeah, I say sound can pass through. It's just like a thin wall, kind of. So
Makes sense.
yeah, it's kind
How
of a
long
free
does it
spell
last?
slot.
Just until you turn it off?
No, actually, and this is why I have to be very careful and cast it as soon as we're ready because it's an 8-hour duration. So it's perfect for an
Ah.
8-hour rest, but just barely.
It's handy.
Super useful.
Yeah, it's something that Critical Role uses all the time. It's like, yeah, I'm getting that.
Vinny coming in clutch with all the neat little gadgets.
Playing a utility character is always fun.
Hey, if you guys stay alive, I stay alive, and that's what's important, right?
But of course, Vinny, that makes perfect sense.
All right.
You wake up and the dome poof, vanishes.
was
Sounds
good
of
while
the
it lasted.
river in the morning greet you. The howling creatures subsided.
At least they're excited. I go for my morning pee off on the side.
Tyee stands up and it's just a cacophony of dad noises.
Yeah, bad noises. Oh.
Got a grunt when you get up.
Ah. He sounds like the sick troll. No.
Whatever the sound is on the other side of the river, we should probably put as much distance between ourselves and it as we can.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Any sounds of or any signs of nearby trolls?
Are you gonna go look?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gonna go look. Maybe I'll help Vinny.
All
There were
right.
those noises. The
Give me
noises
a-
are a sign they're over there.
Maybe
Give me
some
a-
on this side.
Survival with advantage.
Survival. Oh my. Let me get here. There we go. Click on that. $11.
Advantage?
Yeah. I rolled a 4 and an 8. And I have +3 to it.
If you're wandering around for a little while, you don't see any signs of them on your side.
Nope. All good. We're going down the river. They're not going to come after us. Like the last one that came after us. We're good. Back the boat. Let's go.
So you pack the boat up. Everybody gets in it. You can arrange yourself however you need to. There needs to be 2 people manning the oars. There needs to be a person on the rudder and a person at the front of the boat.
Oh, yeah. Vinny was
Take
rudder
what?
last time. I think Vinny was
I'll
rudder.
take with the gaze of the ranger.
All right, George Washington up in the front, crossing the Delaware. I'm assuming Talgar's in the middle.
Yep.
Here he is, stuck in the middle with you.
Oh, the boat is definitely riding a little bit lower in the water than it was when you came down. It was already riding pretty low in the water. But you set out, push out into the current, begin being taken downstream towards the west. I need a athletics check from whoever's rowing. Is it just Talgar or is somebody helping him?
Vesmir.
All right, so Talgar and Vesmir, give me a d20 roll or athletics check, please.
12.
And
15.
Vesmir. Okay. With the 15, you dig in and begin to maneuver the boat into the middle of the river. You struggle against each other a little bit, but after a while you do hit a rhythm and begin making okay headway, letting the current kind of do some of the work for you. Karl, why don't you give me a survival check, please?
plus 9 is 13. Ooh. So 13.
Okay.
Oh, that's not right. 15.
What is
Jesus. 15. 6 plus 9.
Math.
I'm having trouble hearing.
15. 6 plus 9. Is my mic cutting in and out?
It with it being push to talk, it cuts off the first half second of what you're saying.
Okay. I'll try to remember that.
All right. So, with that, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
5. 14, so 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 perception.
The last possible second, you see a partially submerged log dead ahead. It is just mere moments from striking the boat. What do you do?
Just yelled, turn left, turn left.
They got the rudder. Whoever's doing that.
Vesmir will help to shape water, hearing the cries, to help the boat away without going completely sideways, because with that, otherwise you just crash into it anyway.
Okay, and who is doing the rudder?
I think Vinny. Am I on the wrong side?
There you go. Sure. Okay, so
I knew
Vinny,
that. I knew that would happen. That's okay. We know where he is. Yep, Vinny.
What would be the best role for this? It's like a reaction-based thing.
I guide Vinny.
Strength?
Well,
Question mark?
reaction would be like dexterity based.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Yeah, so give me an acrobatics check to slam the rudder to the side.
With guidance, apparently.
With guidance and advantage from Vesmir shaping some water.
Oh.
As I see Vinny making the move, I trip over myself going through the boat, and I go, "Oh, Moonweaver something!" And I hate myself for saying Moonweaver, and he has guidance.
Well, it's a 17 plus a, D4 for guidance?
Yeah.
So just curiosity. 17. Dirty 20.
So the boat violently rocks to the side. Everybody hangs on though.
Hold on!
And you narrowly avoid the brunt of the log strike, as it does graze the side of the boat, narrowly missing. And you see, kind of as it floats by, it would easily overturn this boat had the quick reaction of the crew not prevented it.
That's effing teamwork.
Yes.
Came out of nowhere.
Very good, Karl. Vinny, would have been problematic without your excellent work. Thank you.
We did that together.
Other than that, you make average time down the river. The day kind of passes lazily. Insects buzz around. Frogs jumping here and there. Fish swirling underneath the boat. It is rather uneventful. It's very peaceful. There is a sharp chill to the air coming off the mountains as the seasons begin to change. I think a front has come through while you're basically in the mountain. But other than that, the day is uneventful. Karl, based on the progress that the party has made, you know that you're pretty much at the point that you would leave the river and begin heading south.
Foot? Question mark?
That would be correct.
All right, we need to put on land over there. The rest of this trip, we're going to be hiking.
Is that the side we heard the trolls from?
That would be correct, yes.
Keep your eyes open for biggies.
That was quite a way down the river. I don't think we'll run into them. But
Last time we went down the river, something followed us all the way.
Under his breath,
Not-
Tyee's gonna be like, "There's shit everywhere." There's
Not
just-
terribly quiet.
There's always shit.
Shit everywhere.
yes, this is the way of the world.
The shore!
Okay, so the party pulls the boat up to the shore, disembarks.
Make sure you-
Yep.
there you go.
Disembarks.
What flavor did you
Loading,
get? Ty?
please wait.
Eat bar.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Ooh.
classic.
It's
It's
a
my
good
favorite.
Yeah.
Oh,
that and Butterfinger are what I bounce between.
I'd get that more, but the Dairy Queen here sucks. The inside's closed, so the drive-thru's always insane.
Oh, yeah. That's my wife was stuck in that. It was awful.
Chocolate covered cherry one is good too.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sucker for the chocolate dipped cone. Sorry, go ahead.
I
No,
like the
you're
brownie
fine.
batter one too.
Yeah.
I think
Did we move to another board? I was talking to my kid.
No, we're
okay.
basically you've pulled the boat over, you've disembarked.
Okay.
We're discussing, I guess.
Looking
behavior.
for troll poo.
It's late in the day, right?
It is late in the day.
Well, there's no way. We're not going into it here today. Can we do the thing again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to
great.
check for troll poo or something first? Make sure.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like the moment we land, that was Karl's intent was just not just even trolls, but just a bit of a sweep around the space we're going to be camping to look for if there's any sort of recent possible tracks.
Okay.
While
Roll
he's
survival.
looking for, yeah, I'd like to make a check as well. I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for moss.
Moss.
I'm looking for moss.
Any particular kind of moss or
Nothing special, just moss.
just moss? Okay. Then you give me a survival check as well.
Okie dokie.
Merry Christmas.
Ooh.
I got a 17.
You find a few different trees near the bank that have a decent amount of moss growing on the north facing side of the trunk.
I'll take some of the moss and I'll split it into 2 bunches and I'll roll it gently in my fingers. And I'll look at Vinny. I'm like, you can play now, and I put it in my ears.
Round, get around. I get around. Yeah.
What a setup! I'm like, spell component. What's he
What's he
doing?
doing moss for?
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. That goes on the north side of trees, right? That's the
I
underground
think
railroad
so.
thing.
I don't fucking know.
Oregon Trail or some shit. Some history class from middle school coming back to my head.
Hold on. Anywho, my survival check came back as a 27. That's an 18 I rolled with a +9.
You do find some footprints. They don't look to be fresh, but they do look to be troll-like.
Back before Vinny finishes his song and jumps.
Well,
into the
I wouldn't have
river.
started until we knew if it was a safe place to camp. In case we wanted to find some place off the beaten path.
Marginally safe. There are troll tracks. They're not recent, but probably as safe as we're gonna find.
roughly what time would it be, Kelly?
Probably 5 or 6 in the evening. It'll be, sundown here within the next hour or two.
I mean, we have several hours till the dawn. I mean, we could go hunting.
Hunting? Troll hunting?
Why not?
We don't know how many there are. If there's like a family, a clan, 2, like a couple fighting, it could have been a divorce or something. We don't know what's out there.
Well, that's why we need the expertise of the ranger.
Well, we shouldn't
Can
go
we-
tempting. We shouldn't go tempting fate now. You never know. You could not get the wrath of the whatever from high on top of the thing.
Go outside, turn around 3 times, and spit.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny, roll me a nature check to remember troll facts from your goblin days.
Nature. Oh. 13.
Trolls are big, they're mean, and they're ferocious. Well served to stay clear of them.
You ain't wrong.
I ain't becoming a troll toothpick.
Oh, very well. I just wanted to try some spells I've been working on. That is all.
Oh, plenty of
But
time for that, I'm sure.
I'm sure we do.
Are we setting up camp where we're at? Or are we close or farther away from the tracks? I'm asking the group.
Well, Karl, you seem to know good places when they come. Would you know a good campsite?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably a survival check. Lots of dice rolls tonight.
It's all right. Let them tell the story.
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
I mean, so nat 20 combined with survival is a 29.
Find
At that point, it's like, just give us the answer.
you find a washed out hollow that's basically only missing a front door and a window. It's quite comfortable, out of the way, out of the weather, and easily defendable.
Incidentally, is the mic picking up the dice roll sound?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of fun.
And just as a heads up with the way the dome is set up is even if we're out in a blizzard or in a thunderstorm, the atmosphere inside is always comfortable and dry.
It's super useful.
So for setup, I'll pull up the dome and help everyone set up camp. Now, just because the dome's up, you can still leave and come back, but it's just
So,
I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping for combat, but I think we're like rolling outside of it all the time.
while this is happening, Vesmir is going to have a chat with Josselyn, and he's going to probe her a little bit. So,
Whoa. Sorry.
Josselyn, what are your plans? I mean, we are still, you could say, strangers. But, I mean, it is quite important to be self-sufficient, is it not?
Yeah, I've learned a lot on this trip so far, and I definitely see the benefit of working with a group. And I know that I need to find somebody to help train me. I'm kind of hoping it could be you guys.
Well, I mean, what sort of skills do you think that you've learned?
Well, we got treasure. That's pretty good.
Yes, but treasure is not a skill. It's not something that would help you get more treasure, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, we killed all those bandits and navigated through all of the Underdark there.
Yes, well, I mean, in all fairness, Josselyn, you followed us along, did you not? You just gave us a direction to go, and we brought you with us.
Defiantly, she says, I pulled my weight. I was there. I put my life on the line.
That's true.
I mean, I'm sure you did, but it just
But here's an example. Could you create a moonbeam?
Well, not yet.
Oh yes, indeed, indeed, not yet.
He
Yes,
points to Talgar, but he can't either.
that's true. But Talgosh, you see how he swings the sword, and he opens the doors good too.
I was gonna say he opens doors.
We're all good at doors.
Her eyes light up. I could learn how to open the doors.
No,
I...
my doors.
Well, just think if you like try to open a door and this blade comes across to try to cut off your head, well, Josselyn's shorter, so I ain't gonna cut off her head.
Then I'm quick. I'll just dodge it.
Well, how do you like that thing? And I'll point to her hand crossbow.
Well, I mean, it's no sword like Talgar's got. You know,
Yes, but don't compare.
a little bit more practice, and I think I could be really good with it.
Nash, I don't doubt it. I mean, determination and practice, especially
So-
good practice.
how quick do you think you are? And while that's happening, indiscriminately, he's going to use Mage Hand to grab a stick from the brush and just fling it in her direction. Not with no intent to cause damage, just to see if she's ready to dodge.
Plunks her in the head. Like doesn't even see it coming.
I see that you're quite quick and nimble indeed, but
Not fair. We're setting up camp. What the hell is that?
And you
Josselyn,
never know when those trolls are going to hit you.
the world is not.
Fine. Game on. She looks very defiantly and angrily at you.
She suddenly has a very wet palm on the top of her head. Heal and spit. Yeah, just in case.
Vesmir just stands there, expressionless, just stands there and waits.
Hey,
Would you
Josselyn.
allow a slight modification to the augury spell?
What are you wanting to accomplish?
I want to ask, fighter or rogue?
For Josselyn.
For Josselyn, yeah. I want to ask, like, maybe I could even augury twice, because this is a ritual. Is it a good idea to train Josselyn as a rogue? Is it a good idea to train Josselyn as a fighter? Or which path might be best for her? Her natural abilities, her natural talents, that sort of things. What's in the stars?
You consult the stars. Throw the bones. You get woe and wheel for both.
Interesting. Both. I'm gonna stand up, kind of brush the dust off my robes. I'm like, it could be good or bad for anything. That's not very helpful, but that is just the way it shakes.
No. That's actually very helpful because it means her destiny's in her hands no matter what path she picks. There's always going to be hardships, but there's always going to be benefits. So it's up to her, but I think either way will be really beneficial for her.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a very good observation. So I guess Josselyn, do you find yourself wanting to be face to face with your enemy, or do you want to maybe strike them when they can't see you?
Well, the thought of getting hit by one of these monsters is kind of unsettling. So, if I could do it without being seen, there's definitely benefits to it.
You have what we would call the gift of fear. You see, some people they never have this gift of fear, and they get themselves into all kinds of bad situations. Fear is a good thing. Listen to it; it's natural. So yeah, I think that's healthy. And you've already got the practice with the crossbow. I think it's only up from here. Karl, I know you don't use one of these, but maybe you could help a young lady here.
I could teach her a few things about aiming a weapon.
Before you know it, she'll be shooting apple off Vesmir's heads.
I do not think that this will happen.
Just start with something easier. I'll move the apple onto Vinny's head because he's shorter. And
When we even guide you. Please guide you.
I was not serious. Throw the apple into the water and just like, you know.
Are you doing throwing the apple in the water and instructing it?
Just chunks of wood. Honestly, yeah, we'll work with chunks of wood, like something that can float the water.
You throw in 3 different logs at various times. She's set up a little bit downstream from there, ready with her crossbow. First one comes rolling by. Who's rolling for Josselyn?
I guess I will.
I don't know if your anti-Josselyn bias might come through. Don't go for it.
Digital dice, no.
They know. So roll to hit.
Sorry, you mean it's a 15.
First one, twang, hits the log dead on.
Ah, very good.
I heard the laughter.
Quickly begins reloading. As the next log comes around the bend, roll again.
No worries. I'm just loading up my character sheet in another browser 'cause I turned off hardware acceleration. It causing.
You know, she had some physical dice too.
No, there we go. Oh, natural one.
Wildly misses.
I will use that. Roll again.
Yeah, because the third one comes through.
Before she takes her next shot, I'm gonna be behind her. I'm gonna pat her on her shoulder and be like, I know that you can do this. I know that you can do this. And she is guided.
Hearing that,
17
Hearing
plus
that-
2 for a 19 total.
my intention before Tyee says something is I was going to take my bow and yank her foot as she went to shoot to show her that she needs to be able to shoot while distracted.
Okay. Well,
We can play it however we want.
Roll a disadvantage.
no, the amongst the commotion there, support and Karl, she rolls a 19, hits the wood, 2 out of 3 of the targets.
Very nice.
I mean, that was better than you did down in the caves.
She looks a little red-faced at that comment.
Josselyn, is always important to face cold hard facts, yes? If you are not willing to accept your flaws, then
Well, it was my first time in a situation like that. Adrenaline was pumping and doing my best.
well, Josselyn, that was a first-time situation for me with air elementals, earth elementals, water elementals, and fire elementals. So I don't think that calling it a first means anything. You need to be prepared regardless.
It's true.
And I
And you know
nod,
what?
accepting.
You know what? I hate caves. I hate them.
Not so bad. They're nice and dark.
Not a lot of stars in a cave, so I can understand his feelings.
Well, I don't mind them because they usually have something good to find, like treasure. But that's just me.
So, Josselyn, there's a story of this priest here. You know, he was leaving his town. He went out for a walk, all by himself, mind you. And as he was walking, he really had to go to the bathroom. So he pulls off to the side, does his business, turns around and looks and goes, "Holy shit!" And he casts Vicious Mockery. Or no, Hideous Laughter. Wisdom save of 14.
On her?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But could you made a joke about a priest and holy shit?
She rolled a 3.
Oh, okay. Then you can roll. In that case, she succumbs to it.
Yeah, it just lasts for a minute. Hey, just trying to lighten the mood.
As it wears off, she goes from laughing to quite angrily staring at you.
I'm sorry, I thought it was funny. But, you know, you never know what to expect out there. So that's the lesson, I guess.
She's just like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't go back to the boring life of sitting in Blasingdale as the world passes me by. I've got a taste for this. I want more of this. I want to be good at this. I want to help.
You don't have to go back to that life, but you do have to maintain your social connections. That's how you learn about new quests. That's how you gain favors. That's how you get discounts. You know, is just, you know, you don't want to be in a town and police are coming after you because you're a missing person, you know? Sometimes you have to have closure. It's just an idea.
Josselyn, you come across as very young. And this is not a flaw, this is an advantage, because it means you have more time ahead of you to learn various skills, and maybe being out there amongst the fray is not the best way to go ahead with things. So maybe in Oakhurst, you find an instructor you can pay to learn some skills, and then in all due time, maybe we come back when you're more prepared for such situations, and we, how do you say, go adventuring from there.
Listen to the blue one. That's a very. I agree with his point. You should probably take that money.
Wanna be
Find yourself a trainer.
Persuasion with advantage.
$16.
She doesn't look super happy about it, but she hears and understands the logic in your statement. She agrees that she'll stay in Oakhurst and try to find somebody to help train her. And she looks to Vinny, and I'll write home and let her know that I'm safe.
That's perfect. That's all. That covers both worlds.
But you have to promise to come back and get me when I'm ready.
How do you even know where we're at?
How will we even know if you're ready?
We'll have ways. We can check in on you from time to time.
Now she's all very unsure about this whole thing now.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. It's a good plan. We will check in on you from time to time. That we can do.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise. As long as I'm still alive. If I'm dead, that kind of frees me from that promise. But as long as I'm alive, I promise to check in on you.
Alright, so grudgingly she agrees.
Right, Jay.
Promises made, promises kept.
I think it's about time we get some rest then, yes?
They stuffed the moss in his ears. The song begins. The dome goes up. You don't hear any sounds of wildlife. Other than a few birds here and there. It's unnervingly quiet. But the evening passes uneventfully. It was the next day.
We would have used up a ration last night.
Yeah, every long rest you use it a ration.
I have spare slots. The idea, I guess, is with Karl is if I have spare slots, I'll make a little pile of good berries. Those ranger hacks, man.
Just go through and make sure you call it every rest. So.
Oh, well, I'll try. Sorry, that was my bad.
We used the ration this time. Cool.
And as we pick up camp in the morning, I suppose I'll just prompt everybody. Say, well, we should probably head out early, yes? Should probably go. Eager to be in a city again. The comforts of the city life.
Still a bit of a run, so we should get going.
Yes,
Yeah, sure.
out here in the open, there's no doors for Talgar to open.
Yes, indeed. Basically useless.
Boo.
You can swing a main longsword.
Perhaps you could carve a door from the tree.
You seem to know the way.
Absolutely. Karl is like once everybody gets packed up, setting off, leading the way, going to Oakhurst.
Alright, so Karl, give me a survival check to navigate the party through. Natural 20? Damn.
Not
You
yet.
realize you realize that we're gonna have combat, and it's gonna be like a string of like sub-5 rolls for you.
Are you just sitting there in your boxers?
Maybe.
It's
But you're not?
Not all of
No,
us
I'm
have
wearing
F1
jeans,
hoodie.
man.
It's laundry day, to be honest. I don't normally sit in boxers, even though it seems cliche, but yes. All of my clothing is in the washer.
I don't believe you now. Now every time we play D&D, I'm like, you're in boxers, aren't you?
I'm definitely going to start canning down more often at this point.
Alright. So, Karl, you rolled a natural 20. You quickly identify a game path and begin following it, leading the party in the general direction to where you believe the main road is. It should be on the other side of this rather dense forest path. With you at the helm, the party makes good time. As you do navigate through, you do notice to your right, the forest seems extremely quiet, almost darker than the other side.
Noticing that, I would like to take special notice of it to see if I like take the kind of visually, at the least visually scan anything suspicious.
So as you peel off to kind of give it a gander, give me a perception roll.
It's going to be a 23. 14 plus 9.
So you see the light catches at just the right angle, and you see spread between different blades of grass and between the trees, wrapped around bushes, very, very fine filament.
Back to the party and just... Oh, hold on. Something that way. Some filaments. Maybe some spiders around. Just want to take a look at it or keep going?
What the fuck is a filament?
Like a spider web. It's a very thin string.
Okay. Would I notice this by chance as well if he pointed the direction?
If you kind of step off and go look as well, you would see the same thing. What's your passive perception?
23.
You avoid stepping on any of it, but you also see a few troll tracks as well.
You'd keep going, but
I'll double back. I say, oh well. It's always good to do something good, and nothing over there is good, and it probably needs correcting.
What is it exactly?
Well, it's there's the filament as described, but there's also there are troll tracks.
Well, if we are suspecting spiders, then perhaps fire will cleanse the filament, as you say.
It
might burn down the it might burn down the forest.
Right now, it's off the path. It's not in anybody's way. We would be getting into trouble instead of just going about our business and doing and accomplishing our mission, which is cursed. So it's just
You hear the cock of a hand crossbow. Josselyn, I'm up for one more adventure before we get to Oakhurst.
That, as a player, that was my next question, was going to be to just poke the bear and see what Josselyn would have said.
Just look over and just nod. Like, okay. Let's see what we can get in trouble. Let's see what we can get into. Now, Josselyn, I understand that you're not quite as sneaky as you should be. So let me show you something. And I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. Uno momento while I do some Googling.
It's the plus 10 bonus.
Yeah,
Can't
but-
be tracked except by magical means. And
That's what race breaking encounter since 2020.
creatures we who have the bonus leave behind no tracks or traces of passage.
As written, that would mean that even if you stepped on webs, it wouldn't send signals because you got that tracer.
Unless they happen to be magical webs. But yeah.
Yeah, that's how I interpret that straight off the bat.
Well, I thought we had the thing earlier where if an animal can smell you, it wouldn't count or something like that. If they had high sense.
So the language specifically says can't be tracked except by magical means. So I don't think that means can't be perceived by magical means. I think you'd have to get into like the
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking
You know what
up.
I mean for that, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
The
So
smell
we-
definitely came into play with an invisibility spell. Like if you're invisible, you
Yeah.
still make smells.
We got that's why I got the cloak in the other campaign and the boots of Elvenkind. Yeah. So it's
I want to get one of
disadvan-
those cloaks.
So even if I'm not stealth, or even if I'm not invisible, disadvantage to notice me, and then disadvantage to perceive me using hearing as well. So if I were invisible, you know, like tremor sense or whatever, you know, whatever the hell deals with sound, whichever one of those that is, you know, I think it's tremor sense. Echolocation.
Ermigerd, it's
Anyway.
Drillinsford. Looking at the maps.
Oh, Villains.
Drillinsford, Ermigerd.
Oh god.
Hergumburgle.
I really hope that's not a typo.
Give me just a few minutes, guys. Trying to set up this.
Yeah. Sorry.
No worries. Okay, I just googled. Does pass without a trace negate tremor sense?
Yeah.
It says tremor sense doesn't negate pass without a trace. Pass without a trace can help in stealth checks against the perception of a tremor.
Makes sense.
Okay, that makes They don't negate, but you still get the bonus.
Yeah, it's just an increase to stealth bonus.
I imagine it like if somebody were to try to make a survival check to track us, they would just not be able to unless they use magic. That's how it's written. That's how it seems.
Makes sense.
So if they were scrying, for instance, you know, they'd be able to find us no problem. Given that they, you know, they had the required whatevers.
Oh, don't scry.
Which reminds me, we haven't been scryed in a while, and I don't remember when it ended in our last campaign.
Have I been scryed at all?
Yeah, I was scryed. I had the -10 modifier to being scryed, man. They were like right on top of me. Yeah.
You're talking about the Tuesday group? Or...
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I didn't think this group had been scryed. No, you're
No.
right. I think we need to be asking. Shit, I forgot about that.
Okay. So you gotta ask. I suspect Avarice or somebody else. I'm not entirely sure. Avarice, Vernus, those are my ones that I'm kind of like about. You know, that would do it.
I thoroughly enjoyed the Avarice and me interaction where I was like, no, I'm gonna hide it. It was like, fuck it, man. I don't care.
See what's gonna happen, man. You can't betray her in pursuit of her mission. Doesn't mean you can't betray her for other things.
Wasn't even a betrayal. Just didn't say.
Oh, Seraph, you're gonna want to be at the next session, by the way.
Well, those Tuesday sessions have been getting good.
Yeah. I just killed the cult leader, the Levistus cult leader. I assassinated him. Yeah.
We're all in the other room, like going, okay, you know, things are going okay. We've got some plans, and ties them next to murder and the cult leader.
I wasn't alone. Daymorn did it too.
Oh my
We're
God.
split up.
If
we're in
Daymorn
three
jumps off the
spots.
bridge.
No, actually, I jumped off the bridge. He jumped off after me.
Sure.
Like, what if Ty jumped off the bridge? Would you? Apparently, yes. Apparently, you guys would.
Oh yeah, we're in it now. So. Right. All right. So Path of the Trace, and you navigate deeper into the woods, bypassing the spider web, stepping over it. They do seem to be getting denser and thicker.
The woods or the webs?
Both.
Okay.
And it isn't long before you come across the remains of a troll. It has 2 large puncture wounds in its side and looks to have been drained of.
It's desiccated.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's vampires out here.
Just very quietly, like this. Yes, kind of.
Being studious, would Vesmir know that the sort of weaknesses to fire?
I'm sorry.
Do trolls have a weakness to fire that Vesmir would be familiar with?
Roll me nature.
21.
That's how a lot of them are defeated in the stories.
Tyee, this might be your forte here. That fire is usually used to decimate the trolls. So if we do come across some, then maybe we burn them down. I also
Yes.
suggest,
No, yes. I think we've encountered trolls before.
I would also suggest maybe we burn down the webs here, since they're more likely to give us away.
Yeah. We, right now we're fairly well hidden, and I think we should not leave them behind. But right now, let's hold off and remain hidden.
And definitely at the side of the dead troll, I'm going to try to be like, I intend to be stealthy. I know we have passed without a trace, but I intend to actually like one with the woods.
We're getting to that point. All right, so the party continues up ahead. There's a clearing that looks to be opening, and you see the slightest hint of movement. And I need everybody to make me a stealth check.
A path without a trace is still up.
Yep, this is with Path Without a Trace.
24.
Vesmir 28, Josselyn 14.
23 for Karl. I rolled low.
The party is quite stealthy, and you silently move closer to the clearing. We are on Deep Forest Path, or Deep Forest Path.
Is an eunuch?
As an elephant.
Hey, in the word scent, what letter is silent? The S or the C?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, who knows, right? Fucking knows.
Not me.
No,
You could remove one of those letters, and it's still a fucking word. It turns into scent as in the money. It turns into scent as in you sent a letter. Or it's SCENT for the smell. It's fucking wild. What a stupid language we speak. All right.
Alright, so up ahead you see the faintest movement of a group of spider creatures moving about the trees, crawling over rocks in a clearing. There looks to be 4 of them. They are quite large. 2 of them looking just older. And you also see some light movement in the other surrounding trees, although it's hard to get a number.
Vesmir whispered to Karl, there is any way around it.
Might be able to find a way. I also could probably try to talk to them. I did kill a troll.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to wait here if you want to get closer and try and negotiate.
Spiders generally can't see invisible things, so if it does go south, I can make myself invisible.
So what should the rest of us be doing?
If we all want to kill some spiders, I'm not going to stand in the way.
Vesmir looks to the other members, including
I'm pulling out a silver mirror and sticking close to Josselyn, so as soon as anything goes down, I can cast the sanctuary on her.
Tye's measuring ground zero over there.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you fucking most certainly do.
I have a new spell I want to play with, so let me do this. Let me do.
I'm not ruining the surprise.
Oh my god. Earlier this week, I dreamed about encountering a wolf spider, so here it is.
Kelly,
It's a rave.
just for
Oh my
reference,
God.
a cone, do you know the degrees that it would be? Because like we can go from 1 to 90 to 100, 360 degrees essentially.
What is the
I
question?
feel like 15 sticks in my brain, but it's a good question.
So at the moment, if you look at my character, I'm doing a cone, right? And the further away, the more degrees it adds up to. So I'm just trying to work out what the count would be. Would it be a 90-degree cone? Would it be a 45-degree cone?
Would the spell
5e
clarify?
works. 5e works off of block spaces. It's like the cone is a defined like pattern.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out what that pattern is in relation to.
For what spell?
So I got a spell that shoots out in a 30-foot cone.
Oh, okay. 5e cone. So that would be 15 degrees.
So 15 degrees wide?
At 30 feet. No, that's not right.
Would it be 15 degrees less of 90, making it 75? Because that kind of looks more accurate.
Yes.
Cool. 75 degrees. We'll lock that in, Eddie. No worries. Cool. All I need to know.
All right. Well, I mean, if nobody is telling me they don't want to talk to the spiders,
This is all yours, Karl. If you wish to communicate, by all means, I'm not here to stop you.
a shot. We're going to try to use speak with beasts. Speak with. It's us. So the spell is speak with animals. The description is you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. If these creatures are beasts, the way I'm going to I read it, like, but the spell name is speak with animals.
These are.
I'm willing to give it
You would know that these are beasts.
Oh. My intention, I'll probably have to get a little closer than I am, being all stealthy. The intention is to just call out spiders. What is your intention here? Are you killing trolls intentionally, or are you killing people? Answer now.
You hear kind of a collective kind of shock at the voice asking them, the insolence. And one of the ancients' clattering mandibles reply, well, how did you get here?
That's none of your concern. Answer, or we will wipe you out.
Why would you do such a thing? What
We're
affront have we
monsters.
done to you?
Creatures near a humanoid settlement. Simply checking to see what your intentions are.
To live, to grow.
You
What
hunt.
purpose is needed.
Do you hunt humans, elves, dwarves, or do you hunt trolls exclusively?
We consume all unfortunate to wander into our path. We're not picky. You hear chattering from several of the spiders.
You
They
consume
seem to be kind of moving around, plucking at the strings, sending out kind of vibrations to the webs, trying desperately to find you.
You consumed anybody that had particularly shiny items, particularly shiny weapons or armor.
And if we tell you, will you leave us?
Maybe. Likely. What do you have?
They really don't have anything of like value. They kind of give you a rundown of several of the deer, the trolls. They have not eaten any humans of late.
That information, I'm going to creep back to the group and just kind of, as quietly as possible, whisper, don't appear to have anything. Doesn't sound like they've been killing humans. You can either try to kill them, or leave them be.
It could be a family. I say we leave them be. Move along. Could be kids, spider kids in there. You never know.
I'm equally happy to slay a spider as I am to leave it alone at this point.
You've told us. I'm sorry. You've told us, right?
Yes.
I honor deals. We make promises. We keep them. You make a deal. We honor it.
We didn't make a deal. He just asked if they were, I don't know, what they did.
I'm telling Karl. Like it seems like you're negotiating with them.
Oh.
So you make a deal. We honor the deal. You're making a deal. Do it.
There's nothing for them to offer to accept a deal, frankly. So you could just walk away, or we can go in, weapons unsheathed.
Nothing has to die today. This is another lesson, potentially, Josselyn. Nothing has to die just because you want to fight.
Fair enough. I'm going to creep a little back closer and just and yell to the spiders. That sounds reasonable. I would ask. Let me give you some advice. Attack only trolls, and you will not find any humans or adventurers that are looking for your blood. Start killing humans and adventurers, more will come for you. That's it. Then creep back to the group and just leave them alone.
Take this advice. With the study it's worth. They seemed kind of indifferent to it.
I would expect. I also, I checked off my speak with beasts, which I only have one per day. I didn't realize I had one, but
That's fine.
So, Karl, do you think they will let us pass then?
I'm not sure we need to get past them. This was a bit of a detour. I took off the road. We could go back to the path and head back to Oakhurst, free of the spiders, if we would like.
Very well. Josselyn, this must be disappointing, but it is, as Tyee said, a very good lesson nonetheless.
And it did say they didn't have treasure.
Releases the tension of your crossbow.
Although, Vesmir, if you would like to fire up your magic sense, make sure they don't have something, or we could take them at their word.
Well, I mean, while that sounds like a good idea, I must be within 30 feet of an item to be sure that it is magical or not. So I don't really feel like being that close to so many arachnids.
Probably a good idea. Fair enough. Let's head to Oakhurst.
Agreed.
All right, so you get back to the path within an hour from your little detour and spider conversations. Continue pressing south, southward through the forest. After a few more hours of travel, you emerge from the dense foliage onto a well-traveled road. There looks to be a T intersection not too far from you. With one road headed south, there's a road sign with an arrow pointed one way towards the west that says Luskin Mirabar, and then one headed pointed south that says Oakhurst.
Oh, wasn't Mirabar full of magic stuff? Big city?
Mirabar is a massive dwarven city. Yes.
And
Oh,
Lushkin, I
massive
hear
and
this is the last big city on the way to the frozen north. I heard there was a dragon attack there recently. It's a pretty brutal affair.
I am all for the largest town. Got these dragon scales, and I need a skilled. I'm looking to find a skilled craftsman, so I'm all for going into the largest town we can find.
We keep on getting sidetracked. We have actual business in Oakhurst, and it's also a big city.
You are correct. Let's go to Oakhurst.
That was going to be my point as well. Yes, let's continue to Oakhurst and then maybe Laskin Miraba second.
Oakhurst Retirement Home it is.
So you also see another arrow that points kind of diagonally off that says other distractions to keep you from getting back to the main plot line. But the arrow pointed south heads to Oakhurst as you leave the forest behind and head out on the road. At the current pace, it looks like you'll get into Oakhurst just as the sun is setting. You do pass a few other travelers on the road, some on foot, some on horseback, a few wagons here and there. The roads aren't heavily traveled, but there are signs of civilization after your days on the river.
Didn't someone in the, and I'm saying this to O'Sealy, didn't someone in the party have the ability to talk to connections to get us free room and board? I remember that early on, and it never came up again.
We haven't needed it.
That was
Yeah, but free room and board is better than, paying gold for food and drink and sleep. Okay, I just was bringing it up just in case.
Good point. I totally forgot about that, but I remember it now that you mention it.
Well, you have also that bit anywhere that. Okay, so is there anything anybody wants to do before you arrive at Oakhurst?
Sorry. I was about to say Tholnam, wrong campaign. Vesmir is going to attune to the ring that he picked up off the corpse in the elemental's room, but other than that, nothing else.
Vinny will hand him the five book stack of water information if it'll help him any.
Yes, this is quite good, Vinny. Thank you very much. So, Vesmir will actually study the elemental planes books as well.
Okay. Trying to find. be really nice when they can add groups where I can like have like one entry and I drag it and all of y'all pop up. I have to drag each and every one of them every time we switch boards. We are on T. Oakhurst.
Oakhurst.
So as the sun gets low and the shadows get long, you arrive at the bustling community of Oakhurst. It is on a major trade thoroughfare. There are a decent amount of people kind of milling about even this late hour. It has its roots in a farming community, as its original kind of founding, but has since sprout up as kind of a unique trade destination.
All right. As well, we should go to the inn.
That's that big building right up in front of you.
It's a good place to stock up on your pitons and rope.
Can we have a quick 5-minute fire break and stuff?
You have 3 minutes and 40 seconds exactly.
Why is your time so weird?
So you arrive at the tavern. You open the door and step into it. Your eyes adjusting to the candlelit and lamplit room. There's a decent number of patrons here. They kind of take notice of your entrance and they go right back to their drinking and eating. There's a couple barmaids making the rounds and a portly looking bartender behind the counter. Yes, I can open the door.
Hey, I gotta click on the carrot. Find out where we are.
Are there any red shirts in here? Or red cloaks or whatever?
Building right here. The door's to the side over
There's that big door.
There we go. Yeah, you enter the establishment. What would you like to do?
Well, I do say it's time for a good beverage.
Always time for a good beverage.
Oh, that's why, because it's muted. I want to check to see if there's any like the red cloaks or whatever in here.
You scan the room. Give me a perception.
Perception. Nat 1. Ha ha.
Do not see any. The bartender takes notice of you. He's kind of polishing a glass with the towel. As you step up to the bar. You guys just getting in?
Yes, we've come from far away town. It's but yes, we come to rest our legs. Did you by chance have accommodation available?
Yeah, rooms are running out fast though, so you're just in time. He says it's a golden night.
Well, do you have 6 rooms then, please?
He goes over to a board with a bunch of keys on it and pulls 6 down. Comes back over, says that'll be 6 gold.
Vesmir removes, he passes him 16 gold and says, I would like a good bottle of your finest wine too, please.
He raises his eyebrows and says, right away.
Vesmir turns to the party. Did we want meals here as well?
Yeah, yes, most certainly, please.
Uh,
Fine. And Karl makes himself a little pile of good berries and pop one in his mouth. He's used to the good berries.
Vinny, Talgar, Tyee, did you want food as well?
Stick with the good berries. Save some money.
Here you go.
I'm
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
I'd love I love a meal. Absolutely. Yeah. Let me help with that, and I'll bring out a bunch of coins. How much?
Are you asking the bartender for how much for a meal?
Yeah.
We got a special on lemon chicken tonight. Comes with wild rice and roasted mushrooms and fingerling potatoes. He says it'll be 5 silver.
Oh, thank you very much. And I'd flick him a gold piece.
He catches it. He says, "I'll have it right out."
Oh, yes, thank you.
Hold on. Was that just for him? Because he points to Josselyn and Talgar.
I just motioned to all of them.
Oh, well, that's 5 silver.
Oh, yes, just keep it.
And squares away the bill. So it's 5 silver a person. So how many plates is it for?
Yes.
Okay. So he comes back a little bit later with chicken and plates of food and stuff. Puts it down.
Thank you. Very good. Looks good. Well, everybody, let's dig in. Vincent, Karl, are you sure you don't want some of this?
Not bad.
Really, a good berry.
Yeah. I'm on a diet.
Watching my goblin figure.
You've lived on the land with good berries.
Yeah.
Not bad. There's more room for beer and wine.
Talgar will dig in.
Not for Josselyn. Don't get no beer and wine.
It is quite good after days of eating good berry. It feels good to have a full stomach. The grease runs down your fingers and your chin, Talgar, as you just like tear into this bird.
Well, I dare say that this has been a good few days, few weeks adventuring, would you say?
I think so. I think it's been very, very, very good. Very lucrative.
You said it was evening, is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, the sun's gone down.
I dare say tomorrow we find the right merchants, we pawn the wares, and we divide the spoils. Maybe offload some of that silver Talgar you've got.
Yes, that's a very good move. Yes, it's very good. Let's see what the shops have.
And we still need to find... What is his name?
Or
Or the guy, the fellas, out of character that sent us down here to get the stuff.
Baron Alphon.
There you go. That's the one. I believe it's supposed to be in the town, so we do have to find that guy.
Yes, and you're going to give him the dwarven plate, but Talgar is keeping the sword.
And the great axe. I still have the dwarven great axe with the name stamp on it that I've just been lugging around on my back.
It might have been the great axe. I don't know what the dwarven plate is. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, we have settled in for the evening.
so unless anybody's doing anything particular,
Yes.
you are. Okay.
Yeah, give me a minute here.
All right. So while he's figuring out what he's doing, anybody else doing anything?
Ty's getting out his pieces of moss. Sets
Jesus
them on the
Christ.
table.
Oh, that's great. Dude, I bought that hook, line, and sinker.
What's he
Almost like
doing
you were
with the moss?
inspired to get some inspiration.
Oh, fucking stop. God.
Okay,
I
so
only say that because I forget to do that.
first things first, I want to cast Comprehend Language to try to see what those two unknown language books are about.
God damn it, Ken.
Which you can look up later. I told you last week I'd be doing that. It doesn't have to be right this moment.
So, you cast Comprehend Languages and understand that the books are written in Primordial, the language of elemental planes, the song of creation itself.
Ooh.
If it was to be vocalized, it would be a string of notes shared between the 4 prime elements: earth, fire, water, and air.
The Avatar.
The books... How long does Comprehend Languages last?
Sorry. I think it's 10 minutes. No, it's an hour, actually.
Oh, shit. Okay. So in an hour, studying these books, you gain the understanding that each one represents a different elemental plane. Each of the elements represented here in this collection of books, and then a fifth book that discusses connections, how to channel that power. It goes into great detail in arcana you do not comprehend.
Okay. So that's it for the books. I'll have to adjust my inventory. And then the last thing I'll do before going to bed is
Throwing the books away.
no.
Oh, okay.
I'm packing them in my pack. No, I'm gonna have to adjust my inventory to put a pack of 5 books, so I have this information. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Not tossing them. But okay, now that I'm kind of ready for bed and I'm cleaned up and I'm in my underwear, I grab a small piece of copper wire and I hold it up to my lips and I cast Sending to Josselyn.
Okay.
And I go, Josselyn, I'm a spider and I'm hiding in your room and I will eat you. Just kidding. It's me, Vinny. Respond with some words, please.
Oh my god, how are you inside my head?
Then I go to bed.
You hear muffled from like the room next door. Hello? Hello? Are you still there?
He'll have to explain it in the morning, but he's just testing it out.
Alright.
That's it for the night for Vinny.
Anybody else doing anything? Nope. Okay. So, we cycle through the evening. You get a wonderful, restful sleep in beds. You have bathing facilities and everything. You're able to wash the road grime and out of all your travel clothes. You feel quite refreshed this morning. There's smells of bacon and biscuits and so forth wafting from downstairs. Other patrons you can hear moving about in the hallways, headed down for breakfast.
I'll head down for some breakfast.
I'm signing up for breakfast.
Okay. So you go down and there's quite a spread of pastries and waffles and all kinds of different things. A few different varieties of fruit. And everybody's kind of just helping themselves. It's a continental breakfast.
Ooh,
I
continental.
will help myself.
Pocket bacon.
Get a plate of bacon and sausages and pastries and waffles.
I just don't know
Do
what
they
you're
have Texas
missing. I'll
shaped
pop a-
waffles?
Texas shaped waffles.
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah, shapes do taste good. So you get your fill of all kinds of breakfast items there.
I'll like to ask the innkeeper, whoever's here, maybe even a guard if there's one around, about shops in the area and who might have potentially magical items.
So as you kind of inquire at some of the bartenders or the bartender and a couple other people around, you're pointed to a small shop not too far from here. It's a regional outfitter named Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. I like it. And then one final question about like where there might be like a money changer or a bank.
You'll probably find that over in the jewelers quadrant or near the market.
Makes sense. Okay. I suppose we should hit the shops.
I want to spend a little bit of the morning looking around at people, trying to do my little safe haven ability.
Okay.
Try to find us some free room and board.
If a perfectly good tavern there, and you're wanting me to fucking go house you.
It's free. I mean, the continental breakfast was free too. But...
Safe house that gets burned after use. Features and traits.
It's under description, if you're looking at my sheet.
Okay. Alright, so roll me a perception Mindleak as you kind of mosey around looking for signs of something.
4.
The one guy that you think might be, you kind of throw a hand signal at him, and he just looks at you like what the fuck, and continues on his morning. You're unsuccessful in locating anybody.
I'll look again this evening.
Okay. What's everybody else doing again?
I'm gonna rejoin the party.
Shopping episode.
Shopping episode.
Hey, now's and I think I said this earlier. Now's a good time to get new pitons and rope if we need it.
Yeah, there's definitely a general store. There's an open air market. There's a nice little farmer's market in exchange of produce and stuff. Hell, there's even a horse auction going on nearby. It's quite the busy trade hub.
The first thing Karl would do before leaving the tavern is go flap 5 gold coins on the counter, look at the barkeep and says, "This is yours. I am looking for Baron Alphonse. If you can give me some information."
He kind of looks around the room. I'm really not supposed to say. Roll persuasion.
Or coin? Okay. Persuasion.
Vinny walks up and he slides a human molar across and says, "How about now?"
He just looked kind of shocked, like what the fuck.
Unfortunately, that is a 9 on the persuasion.
Look, all I can tell you is he's in town, and that's really all I can say. You need me to get you need me to get a message to him?
Yes, let him know there's a group in town that we've got the dwarven weapons that he's interested in, and meet us in this tavern tonight.
Dwarven weapons tonight here. Got it.
Have we ever met him in person before?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm interested in going to the magic shop with everybody else, to be honest, because I've got
Okay. So you catch up to the group as they head off to Gadzooks.
Yeah, I'm going to magic shop too.
Yeah, you know, we made a good point in our little chat here. We should probably
The breakfast table, divide up the
stuff. We should do that at the money changer, frankly, so we can exchange the silver and exchange the platinum and all that kind of stuff.
better idea. Let's do that.
Who's got the spreadsheet?
By the way, I looked at everybody's character sheets. We've all got an average 700 gold, so that's fine. Everybody hold on to that. But we picked up 1,000 gold and 450 platinum, which we need to divide 6 ways. Also, the 3,000 or so silver, or we'll just say 3,500 silver that Talgar's got as well. So yeah, we're making our way to the bank. Making our way.
I'm sure Josselyn is going to want her cut, or has she already picked that?
We have not given her her cut. Well, we haven't divided it up.
True.
She has platinum of her own, about 300 of it.
She's not going anywhere until she gets her cut. Like, she includes you.
She has platinum of her own. She took like half of it, didn't she?
Yeah, I'm saying, but there's more coming to her.
You think so, huh?
Well, I mean, that's what her impression is.
Gotcha.
Well, my back of the napkin math between the plat, silver, and gold, that's actually 4,800 gold. Gold seems to be kind of the good thing to convert everything into. The factor of 10 when you move around, right? So 1 platinum is 10 gold, and silver is 1 gold. Right?
Yeah.
Check my math if you want, but I came up with 4,800 gold value in total. Like, right, that's still represented by other combinations.
I'm gonna remove the 3,500 silver from me, and since we're piling it all.
Okay, so for narration's sake, you arrive at a rather stern-looking building. It's heavily mortared. There's several town militia outside, and there is a small line that leads into the building. After a little while, you're admitted in, and you make your way to the teller window. A woman greets you and says, "What can I do for you?"
Yes, we need to make an exchange of coin, if you do not mind, please.
Do you have an account here?
We do not.
Okay, well, there'll be a 10 gold processing fee.
This seems a little bit steep.
I don't make the rules. Get this very DMV vibe off her.
Can I get an insight? I was gonna do an insight check.
Okay, well, that's what you would have got. It's very DMV vibe.
Oh man, the DMV, I can't be fucked haggling with the DMV. Very well, no problems. We will get this all sorted.
Okay, so we're doing an exchange.
Yeah, I'm just doing the math. So 450 platinum is 4,500 gold plus.
Yeah, when looking at the numbers, she calls somebody over, and then a couple big-looking half-orc dudes come over to kind of assist, just because of how much coins out on the table here. But feel free to go ahead and exchange to whatever rates you'll need.
Gotcha. So I worked out it was 5,500 gold, because the silver we got was from a dungeon without Josselyn, so she doesn't get any of that. But from what I worked out, there was 5,500 gold or 550 platinum. Well, actually, we'll do 5,500 minus 10 divided by 6. Oh, wow, that works out to 915 gold each. 6 ways. So 91 platinum and 5 gold everybody can add to their sheet.
Y'all sort that out. I'll be right back.
No worries.
How much
All
gold
right.
each? You said
You said
950?
915 and what else?
So you can just add 915 gold and then exchange that into whatever denominations you want. So if you want more platinum or whatever, just do that. So I'm going to get rid of some platinum. And
I don't know if we've ever needed platinum.
It's just lighter to
platinum-
carry.
Yeah, platinum is 10 gold pieces, so it's
True.
the same denomination. Well, same. It's all the same currency. And
So we should all have roughly 1,600 gold.
including the silver.
I don't
Oh,
know.
my-
I put it.
my
I
total
included your 915.
It's 1710.
For the silver? Oh, sorry. How much silver was there? Mindleak?
3,500 is what I took out.
All right, cool. So 3,500 is divided by 5 is 600 gold. Sorry, 600 silver pieces.
So 60 gold.
No, it's actually 583. Wait. Oh shit, that's divided by 5. That's better. Is 700 silver pieces, which is 70 gold pieces or 7 platinum. So take out 3,500 silver, which you've done, and we all get an extra 7 platinum each. And then if you want to divide some of your own platinum or gold up into something else, go for it.
We're looking at 130 platinum-ish potential. No, that's not quite.
98 platinum plus 5 gold.
Yeah.
And I'm going to change some of my gold to platinum anyway.
You guys getting everything sorted out?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
I'll expect to be around 1,600 to 1,700 gold. I think is the is once all the dust is settled.
Correct. Yeah, I've got 1,600. And Josselyn got her fair share of the bounty.
All right. Oh, hey man, sorry.
That squares everybody.
Well, cool. So after y'all exchange all the money and everything, and finish up your business there at the bank, you head out into the streets. Where to next?
I know I want to sell my old splint armor.
Okay.
I could use an outfitter's shop as well.
I also want to buy some more potions of healing. So whatever stores those are.
Vesmir eventually will go to a jeweler.
Okay. For narration's sake, things like general store, the open air market, and the kind of outfitters, you guys should be able to get whatever you need out of the player's handbook. Pay the cost there. If it's a unique item or something, fancy, not just normal gear, please let me know.
So if I sell the splint, I just go off of the value of it?
Yeah, you get half of that.
Roger.
I don't deal with a trade. So Karl has some short swords. I'm interested in trading them for a rapier.
You have how many short swords?
I actually have 2, and I want to trade them for a single rapier because I'm not going to be dual wielding anymore.
Was this starting gear?
Was starting gear.
It was starting gear, then just go ahead and switch it out for a rapier.
Easy peasy.
So how much is a potion of healing? Because it doesn't have a cost associated to it.
Potion of healing, I believe, a regular potion of healing, I believe, is 50.
Alright.
I cannot find a price on charcoal or incense. Oh, actually, don't worry about that. It's just a coin denomination into,
However many units you need.
yeah.
And for things that are like, incense and stuff, like, I'm not worried about encumbrance for that.
No problem. spell components, essentially, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you buying anything?
Yeah. So I'm just buying charcoal, incense, and molasses.
Are you buying anything?
Where are we? Which store are we at?
We're basically at the open air market general store, like common items you would buy out of the player's handbook.
As for common items, I would probably just refill my rations. I'd
Okay,
buy a couple more.
whatever cost is in the player handbook, you're free to do so.
All right, sounds good.
Specialty item wise, where are we needing to go?
Well, we probably need to go to Gadzooks.
What do I need as far as transcribing spells are concerned to my book?
One second.
Because it just says the process costs 50 gold, takes 2 hours for each level spell.
Yeah, so it's whatever kind of flavor text you want, but the cost is there.
Gotcha.
For each level of take 2 hours, 50 gold. Yeah, so basically you just get, some fine inks and whatever. It'd be just flavor, but the gold cost is the mechanic piece of it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you guys arrive at a rather shabby looking building. It's for the most part level and upright. The door creaks open as you step in, and it is a very tidy store. It's brightly lit. The shelves are stocked with incense and all kinds of different baubles and just unique oddities. There's a short gnome that's sitting on a stool behind the counter who perks up as you enter, and a bell rings above the door. And he says, "Welcome to Gadzooks. I'm Frank. What can I do for you?"
Well, Talgar is looking for a bag or something of some type of holding.
Ooh. He's like, "I've got a few different varieties here." 1 second, he goes digging through some stuff. Okay. So he pulls out several different bags of varying styles. They look to be made of different leathers with different types of embroidery on them. And he says they all function basically the same. The rest is a stylistic choice. I can let these go for as low as 500 gold.
It's a little steep. Think you could go a little bit lower, and I want to try to persuade him into a lower price.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Vesmir is also interested and also would assist in this.
It's a 19.
Drive a hard bargain. 475.
450 and you got a deal.
He ponders it for a moment and then says, "Deal. You now have a bag of holding, sir."
Nice.
And Vesmir says, if you're willing to make money today, I will also give you 450 for a bag of holding.
He makes a big kind of show of it. Ugh, you're gutting me. I'm just a small merchant.
That's a good one.
I do not want to take away your precious items. I will simply put the 450 gold back away.
Well, hold on now there, friend. Let's not be hasty. 450 sounds good to me.
Very well, you have yourself a deal, my good friend.
Okay.
What else
What's
you
it
got?
rolled? All kinds of oddities. That's what we're known for here. What are you looking for?
That's what you're known for here? I love this guy. I don't know. Showcase your best items.
I'll take annoying request to your GM for 100 hours.
Wow.
Come on, what
We
do you
could-
mean? You know,
While you're at it, could you construct a spider encounter for us, just for us to leave?
1
Not
second.
only that, but we passed without a trace so that we could leave it.
God damn, they tried to. Alright, 1 second.
While you're looking through your items, if you had any sort of archery oddities, I would be incredibly interested.
So he starts pulling out all kinds of different stuff. Let's see here.
My bad.
So would I be able to turn off the coin weight since clearly I'm putting my coins in this bag of holding?
The bag of holding has a weight and should be in a container.
Well, it says it can hold up to 500 pounds, but I don't know how to move my coins into that so it doesn't affect my weight.
Oh, well, we just need to know how much 500 pounds a coin is, and that's the limit of what your piggy bank can hold.
I don't have anything near that.
So he pulls out like I'll answer that question further in a second here, Mindleak. So he pulls out a mask that copies the wearer's facial expression. He pulls out a humanoid skull that has ethereal green orbs in its eye sockets. He kind of waves it around. Ooh, spooky! From the bottom of a tomb somewhere. He pulls out another one. Here's a special one. It's a crown that's made of ice that does not appear to be melting. He finds this little black bag and opens it up, and smoke begins to escape out of it. He holds up a piece of string that's just smoking. He's like, this is a unique oddity. Don't exactly what I would do with it, but I'm sure enterprising minds could find a use. He just keeps going through like all of these different trinkets and oddities.
Cool.
It would help if I knew a little bit more of what you were looking for.
Didn't what's his name? Interested in like special bow stuff, crossbow stuff? Who was it?
Anything archery related, you know,
Yeah.
arrows, bows, quivers.
Slivers.
And while you're looking around, I'm interested in any cloaks you might have.
So he pulls out a cloak, and he says, "This one's pretty special. It's a cloak of many fashions." He spins it around, and with the kind of his nimble fingers, the style, color, apparent quality of the garment kind of shifts and changes instantly. Regardless of the appearance, like the weight doesn't change. As far as archery goes, I can't think of anything that would help directly.
No worries.
While this is going on, I'm going to have the skull on the counter. Oh, see if I could put the crown on the skull and lean the mask on the skull's face and see if anything interesting happens.
It changes to a facial expression of human, potentially with the wearer's or the skull's original owner looked like.
How much for this mask?
That I could let go for as low as 150.
150 for a mask? Are you sure about that? We're brave adventurers, and we could spread your name far and wide.
All right. If you promise to advertise, then 130.
135, my final offer.
Sold.
All right, 135 it is. I know,
Doing
wasn't that a
great.
good deal? All right.
Doing great, buddy.
Pockets his mask.
I'll ask our little buddy here. You don't happen to know any skilled not Vinny, sorry, I'm asking our buddy.
Yeah, no,
behind
I
the
figured.
counter. You don't happen to know any skilled leather crafters around, do you?
Leather crafters?
Yeah.
I'm sure there is. They're always tanning different hides over on the other side of town.
Fair enough. I'll ask over there.
So this is probably a good place to pause, and we'll pick up next session starting with more shopping that I'll be better prepared for.
I am so sorry about that.
It's all good, man.